welcome to another ETHDenver 2022 In-person Hackathon project demo session. Very glad and exciting to be here again and host you guys today. So for this year, it's actually the first time that DoraHacks support ETHDenver in-person hackathon, and we got a pretty good end. We have finally 171 project submissions, and they all did a really great job. And we are super exciting to see there are 30 teams emerge from all of them be as the finalist teams. And today we are very happy to have 4 of them with us. They are ExchangeIt, 2222 Word, 2222 Word, Dippii, and Arena Verse. So without further ado, let's welcome the first project, which is the ExchangeIt today, to start. And remember, guys, if you have any questions during the session, please feel free to ask in our YouTube chat room. And it's your time, Jason.
Cool, awesome. I am sharing my screen here. Is it on the screen? Sorry, is my screen shared?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah, right now it's good.
Just checking. Okay, cool. Thanks. Well, thanks for having us. This is Jason and Arthur from ExchangeIt. We are a mobile smart contract marketplace backed by a DAO. So we put this together for ETHDenver as a finalist for the mobile first track, and I'll just go right into it. So, the problem that we're trying to solve here is Web2 buy and sell marketplaces have a lot of issues of missed exchanges and lack of moderation. So marketplaces such as Craigslist and OfferUp. So, things happen such as buyers and sellers agree to exchange an item, but the exchange doesn't happen. So let's say I list something, I'm a seller, and the buyer agrees to buy it, but doesn't show up. Or if I'm a seller and then I falsely agree to multiple buyers, but then end up only to sell to one buyer and the other buyers just show up and I don't have the item anymore. So we're trying to solve this through using smart contracts and DAOs with an incentivizing mechanism to enforce the buy and sell. So the way that we do this is we require smart contract escrow deposits from buyer and seller once they agree to exchange an item. And then we also reward DAO tokens for successful exchanges that can be used to moderate disputes. So in terms of market size for the buy and sell market, 5 years ago, it was about 10 billion in total value. And this data is from Craigslist and OfferUp, and it's grown and doubled in the last 5 years to about 20 billion. So I think, there's definitely a market here to tackle, and hoping the advantages of Web3 can disrupt the existing ecosystem. So for our product, how does this work? It's fairly straightforward. First, buyer and seller agree on a minimum escrow for an exchange. They both receive a unique unlock code, which they will use to exchange to each other when meeting up. So when you meet up for the exchange, you exchange the item for cash, and then you exchange unlock codes to get your escrow backed. And then, you're also rewarded DAO tokens for participating and doing the exchange. So now what happens when buyer and seller do not meet up? Say the buyer does not show up. Well, the seller and buyer don't get their escrow back. And for example, the seller can open a dispute resolution. So we set up this dispute resolution mechanism through the Tally DAO interface. So normally this Tally DAO interface is used for submitting DAO proposals, but we've leveraged it for this utility. So you can basically submit, hey, the buyer didn't show up. So in this example here, the seller says the other person didn't show up and left me to wait in the cold here, and users with our DAO tokens can vote on this dispute. And users with our DAO tokens are only have DAO tokens because they have participated in exchanges and are active users on our platform. So they can vote on these. And here you can see we sort of inserted a bad actor in red here that's voted no to the dispute here, but there's enough voters here to basically overwhelm that, and this dispute was resolved, and the dispute winner gets their escrow return. Now, the dispute loser, his escrow is basically taken and either distributed to voters or to ExchangeIt, and that mechanism is still in progress in terms of the exact details. So let's do a really quick demo of how this works. So this is our mobile website with the listings. So you can go through and look at those listings. If you're a seller and you want to create a listing, click on this button, create a listing, fill in information, description, location. One of the most important fields here is the minimum escrow amount. So this is the escrow amount that the seller would put in that the buyer needs to offer in order to agree to meet up. And then the seller is also given this 6-digit unlock code that he needs to remember and give to the buyer so that they can unlock their escrow. So now jumping over to the buyer, if the buyer wants to say buy these headphones, he goes to this listing, puts in his contact information, puts in an offer for an escrow amount and his own 6-digit unlock code that he needs to give to the seller when they meet up. This is an on-chain transaction. So, he would submit the offer, that's submitted, and it's written, the lock code hash is written to the blockchain here. So now, after the seller has accepted this offer, the next step is for them to meet up and use this platform to basically go through with the process. So the meetup occurs, the seller and buyer exchange the item and cash, then they can unlock the escrow that they initially put in to earn a reward and also get their money back. So that happens here where this is the buyer's screen where he enters in the seller's unlock code, and there is also a vice versa screen for the seller as well. And here I'm just showing what an unlocked listing looks like, and there's a button here where you can withdraw the escrow. So in terms of how do we make money, obviously we would need users first. So the first major step is to get user liquidity and ramping that. And eventually, we could have a strategy where we take 3 to 5% of an escrow amount. So say we have a $20 billion market value. The average escrow value maybe is 10% of the item value. If we take 3 to 5% of that, that comes out to be 100 million in yearly revenue here. So I think there's definitely a market here to tackle. And we're excited about next steps here, starting from our original idea conception. We were an ETHDenver build finalist this quarter, and beyond that, we've actually done some work to deploy a MVP mainnet demo for user feedback. And then we're going to further pursue a full deployment and user liquidity and fundraising in the future as well. So I just want to quickly talk about this MVP mainnet user feedback. So, one of the biggest problems is that Web2 users, especially those that are not already familiar with blockchain, that are not in the DeFi space and NFT space, have a larger barrier to entry. And we really want to survey that and explore that barrier. And also, we're very interested in understanding how gasless transactions can make user adoption easier that we've been implementing through Bioconomy. So I want to show another quick screen here of a demo that we are basically doing right now to get user feedback. So in this demo, we're using actual sellers where we act as the buyer, and there's only a buyer escrow, and that's our escrow. And we use that escrow as a reward to get seller feedback about our platform so we can make changes. So it's sort of a one-sided version of what I had just demonstrated. So for example, this is a listing that we created here. It's a Craigslist listing that we cloned on our platform. We would give this to a seller and ask him if he could participate in exchange for a $10 Ethereum reward, say. So you connect your wallet here, and the listing will load here, and it goes straight to the unlock code screen. So basically, we will then meet up with the seller. get feedback from them, buy their item, exchange the unlock code, which here is this, because I remember that. He can withdraw this reward. This is a gasless transaction, so this is leveraging by economy. All the seller needs to do, we pay for the gas, he signs the transaction, it goes through. What we've deposited in this demo goes directly to the wallet that he has connected. So over here, if we wait for this, eventually it will go to a screen like this. Right now, this is just a demo, so I haven't deposited anything, but you can see that the token here was transferred to the seller who helped participate in the feedback here. So that's, let me go to the final screen here. Yeah, that's pretty much all we have here. And, we're wanted to just say a shout out here, and thanks to DoraHacks sponsors and judges and everyone who helped to make ETHDenver possible. And we're really excited to continue with this and see where this can take us.
Yeah, got it, Jason. Thank you very much for the presentation. Definitely. So just let me know when the mainnet has launched. So I want to sell my stuff on the website.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
Yep, that'd be great. Thanks for the presentation again, and appreciate your time, especially when you're in the California. Yeah, glad to see you there, and hope you're doing great in the next few months, because I see that the Q2 is your mainnet MVP launch season. So good luck with it.
Cool, awesome, thanks, Chris.
Yeah. And welcome. We're gonna move to the next project, which is Michelle again. Yeah, and glad to see you here again, Michelle. And feel free to stop when you're ready.
All right, hey folks. I just want to first say, ExchangeIt was so cool. I think hopefully someday in the future we can collaborate together. I think there's a place to connect 222 World with ExchangeIt. I thought that was a really cool project. Anyways, my name is Mitch Valentine. I live in Colorado, which is arguably one of the coolest states in the United States. And we have an extremely cool governor, Jared Polis, who is very progressive and really helping to move the needle forward on us using cryptocurrency, as a state. And so this year we had the Colorado Jam track. And as a Colorado native here, I think this My Colorado project is extremely cool. I was an early adopter. I got my Colorado app like basically when it came out, because I realized that our state should have basically a digital wallet that you could use, your MetaMask of Colorado, right? So you can think of My Colorado kind of like that. And the opportunity to get to build something and integrate that with Ethereum was just an opportunity I couldn't pass up this year. So what we created this year is called 222.52's World. So an homage to my brother. His birthday was March 22nd, 2022. He works in the event space, and we realized that, I've always thought that NFTs make a pretty awesome ticket that you can sell them in a decentralized way. There's this validated proof that somebody owns something. There's some pretty cool ways you could probably develop tools to prevent piracy or scalping and things like this. So I think NFTs as tickets has always seemed promising to me. And if you could bring identity somehow to the table in a really cool and novel way that protected people's privacy, I think you'd really be onto something. So we built 222 World here, and basically how it works is we've got 3 different levels of potential ticket ownership. Each one of these is represented by an NFT on OpenSea. So if we check out the purple ones, this is the purple ticket basically. Then you've got your gold ticket. Each one of these is sold individually. There's an individual NFT with it, an individual contract address, an individual token ID, and then there's a limited quantity of each one of these. So what we've done is built a way to validate using the LIT protocol, which is something we discovered at ETHDenver this year. Extremely cool tool, lit protocol. I'm just totally lit on lit. But anyway, so what we do is, I've got my MetaMask wallet set up, and this account owns a purple token. So if I try to enter the purple, it'll ask me to sign a transaction. That's basically validating that I own that token, and boom, I am now I can now validate my ownership. So what we intend to do is build out some tooling to make that validation useful. But for now, we just set up a membership validator. So the way this works is this QR code contains this JWT, which is it's a token that Lit generates that we can use as a decentralized authentication tool. So we can validate that this MetaMask address actually does own that purple token, and that's done through some access control proofs that we already set up in advance. So the user comes along and they generate this QR code. Now somebody can now validate that another person owns this token. So let's try that out. So let's go to the membership validator. Now anybody could do a membership validation anytime that they wanted to. So on my phone, I've got MetaMask set up here somewhere. Where's my MetaMask? Okay, I got my MetaMask. So I go to MetaMask, and then on MetaMask, I go to my browser and I go to 222 World, basically. So let's go there. And I do my authentication and I generate my validation proof. Now this never works quickly when I tried to demo it last time. It was really slow. Let's see if I can get it to actually scan my QR. Whoa, hey, it worked quick that time. All right, so I scanned my QR code from my MetaMask, and that contained that JWT. So this generates, so the QR code reader, it is able to validate different JWTs. So we've loaded up the logic that says recognize a purple one, recognize a gold one, and validate whether they're true. So it takes in the token address, the contract address, and then it actually grabs that JWT that was generated by my phone signing. This is a unique JWT that expires after, I think, 12 hours, and it's only valid while I actually own the JWT. So that there's a validation check that goes on with Lit, and this comes back and says, boom, yeah, that's true. This person actually has the JWT. So we've now validated that this person owns this NFT. And from that point, you can do all kinds of fun and cool things. So this is where we tie it in with my Colorado validation. And we could do, if we wanted to, an ID check. So then this sort of is the next step. Then I would, on my phone, since I had my ticket, the next thing I need to do is validate my ID. So I would go scan my QR code, and I would do this, boop, scan the QR code on my phone. And then that ends up generating a validation proof on my phone. And that returns a webhook that bling says back to this website, yes, it's this person, Mitchell Valentine. He's over 21. And there's a message that's shared between both that. And if I share this data, oops, I can actually share the data, share my age, and I share it. And it does this send back. And then I can validate on my phone. So we can both validate in a moment that, yes, this is me. I'm over 21 and I have a ticket. And so the next part that we're building out still, and we'll reveal this right before the end of the virtual hackathon actually, is that we've tied this in with Tableland so we can record these values and generate a user table that says basically this person showed up at this time and this date. And so, any type of venue can then keep track of what's going on. So this is our cool project. This is what we built for ETHDenver. To take it to the next step and sort of where our roadmap is going with this. And we actually built out, I'll show you, 420 Pro World. We're going to launch, it's basically the same idea. And we have a series of NFTs that we're going to launch. These are going to be used at some actual events in April. And you'll be able to come and purchase the NFTs and then validate them at an event. And then there's going to be some really cool benefits that you get. You'll be able to get special gear at the event, or you'll be able to get access using the Lit protocol. We can give you access to special content like discounts or videos that you only get to watch if you actually own an NFT. So we're taking 222 World and we're building 420 Pro World, and we plan on building many different worlds So this is going to be our real world implementation of 222 World, and we're not really sure. 222 World is still could be an actual NFTW basically world that we end up building out more fun utility on. But we think Colorado is a great place to build stuff. We're looking forward to using the My Colorado ID validation, this cool crypto wallet that the state provides us. It'd be nice if that My Colorado app would be able to just recognize these JWTs. I mean, that would be sort of the next awesome level of doing that integration with My Colorado's app with actual recognizing NFTs. So I think we'll get there. I think that's probably what we're looking at in the future. So again, this has been really fun to build. Really enjoyed it. It's fun to be able to bring these pieces together and have something actually work that we can take right out to the real world in just a few weeks after the hackathon and actually start to use this stuff. So I'm excited. I love ETHDenver. What a cool thing to be a part of. And thank you so much, DoraHacks, for putting on these cool shows. Been watching all of them, watching the Avalanche Hackathon too going on. It's really cool. So appreciate it. Thank you guys. You got any questions? Fire away.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Michelle. It's the second time that host showed here, and so basically, I don't have much questions for you, but just want to thanks for the sharing vibe that you bring to the whole the streaming, and I also really appreciate your support for DoraHacks as well. Just a lot of thanks to you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Rock on. Let's see what Arenaverse got. I bet it's awesome.
Oh, great job, Michelle.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Yeah.
Wait, I saw the third one should be the Dippii team.
I think there was a little reshuffle here.
Cool.
It's up to you.
Cool. Yeah. Then Maddie, is your time.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we're Project Arenaverse, and we were a part of ETHDenver, which was probably the premier conference of the year for hackers. I'm here with Rob. We got Robert here. And
what's up, guys?
Yeah. Big thanks to everybody else who's here, Doris and Chris and Lynn and Mitchell, everybody who's here this morning. So let me try to get a screen share going. Rob is also going to share his screen at some point. So let's make sure we can figure out how to do that. And we've got a cool demo for everybody, a live demo, craziness. So here we go. I'm going to select my screen. I guess just let me know when, here we go. You know how to do this. All right, folks. Here we go with Arenaverse. I'm just going to be kind of sharing our DoraHacks profile. So major thanks to DoraHacks. And Arenaverse is implementation of a lot of different technologies that we believe can create solutions that improve athletes' lives. So the problem we are facing is this: young athletes are exploited, and that's all kinds of things. That's skaters and surfers and even hackathoners sometimes, right? So in the world of athletes, injuries are common, and they often have insufficient health care, and they face lifelong injuries. So our solution is basically to restructure the economics, empowering the players. All right, so we're going to go straight into probably our demo here, which is basically this metaverse build that is on top of Gather. So this is on top of the Gather, Gather space. So what we did was we customized a certain base layer of the metaverse, and within this base layer are a lot of tools. We are using a certain kind of tools, some of which are like token gated access. So if you hold a certain token, right, OpenSea token, all of the metadata, pretty much a standard token. But what we can do is we can token gate certain places of our metaverse. So in the sports world, we built a certain group of sports franchise tokens. So if you're a fan of the Laser Panthers, or you're a fan of the Denver Dragons, the Denver Dragons, shout out everyone in Denver for an awesome conference. you can access different parts of our metaverse. So I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Rob. If we can get Rob to do his screen share, I think that's what's next here. So let's try to do that. Can we get Robert to do his screen share? Here we go. All right, I'm going to just share a little bit more. So we certainly, oh, there we go. We might have this Arenaverse going. Rob, get your mic up too, brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to mute. Hey, all right. Well, Rob's busy here. Here he goes.
You guys see my screen? A little issues with it. There we go. So yeah, guys, so very simply within our metaverse, what we're doing here is that we're building an arena where we're able to consult services for all things related to entertainment. So in the beginning, in this case, we're able to create the tokenized access like Maddie was talking about. So when you come into the arena, you're able to come over here to the vending machine, you buy your ticket. That way you don't have to go to Eventbrite, you don't have to go to Ticketmaster. Once you own your ticket, a lot of things are already token gated. So you come over here, you'll be in the main arena where we created embedments with everything. So for example, you can come over here and you will see our NFTs for Denver Dragons in this case. And we're doing everything on algo gems because we want it to be carbon neutral at the same exact time. If you have a golden ticket, you're able to then have access with the players, the coaches, the other athletes involved in this space. That way you're able to create a form of engagement that's not normally accessible at the moment because, hey, there's so many people involved and athletes want to be careful. And this creates a great opportunity for the owners, the franchise owners, the athletes, the fans to all, create a really tight-knit community. When you come over here, if you are a gold member, then you're able to buy exclusive NFTs. In this case, since it's all token gated, you come over here into our treasure vault and you're able to buy exclusive NFTs specifically for being a member, a gold member. Everything we create are also private spaces, so you're able to hang out within the space without worrying other people listening to what you're going to do. And like, for example, here it's private, here it's not. And here we want to create an entire room of an endorsement room for specifically ETH community. That way we can show the full thing that we can do for NFTs for the community, for other projects, for other builders, for other creatives. We also have some partnerships for people within the music. That way we're able to just engage everything together into one space.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, man. I think if we want to, we can go back to documentation, but we just want to show you all kind of this metaverse build. Robert, if you can make it a little bit bigger since you have the screen share.
Yeah, man.
And I think we'd like to ask questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you all a little bit about what's going on here. So what we believe we can do is definitely create virtual spaces that are very relevant, right? There's already tens of thousands of people gathering in these metaverses, right? So we built a specific one related to sports in this case, right? So there's bleachers surrounding the field. In fact, Robert, if you want to show them the bleachers that surround the field and how, as they set in the bleachers, the video opens, right? So now that you're in our arena and you sat in our bleachers, you can now watch live streaming video from YouTube. Right. So there's just a lot of tools. I think just like Mitchell and Chris and everybody was talking about before we jumped on for presentations, there's so many tools out there. Right. So we've taken advantage of IPFS. We've taken advantage of multi-signature wallets and just a variety of different tools the industry's provided us here. So I think I don't know how much time we have, but we're 30 minutes in here. So I think that's Arenaverse's pitch for today. We've got our contact information, which is metaarenaverse@gmail.com. metaarenaverse@gmail.com. So if there's any questions, we want to hear them. Otherwise, let's keep this show rolling.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rob and Maddie. One question is from me. So when do you guys could have Jamal Morant into your metaverse so I could talk with him?
Yeah. Wait, who is it? Is it a
yeah, it's an athlete. It's a NBA. It's like second year NBA basketball player.
Oh man, excellent. Okay, well let's say this by episode 8.
Cool. Got it. yeah, just let me know.
Great question, man. Thank you for that. Easy question. We love it.
Yeah. And appreciate your time, Robert and Matt. Thank you for your presentation. And we're gonna move to Doris, which is the last project today to present. And yeah,
Awesome.
thank you, team. It's your time.
Hey there, guys. Thank you. I'm really impressed by all the projects. I think that this is just how awesome ETHDenver was, and I'm amazed by the projects that we're seeing right now. So, all longer ado, we're just going to show you what Dippii is and what we're trying to build. So I'm just going to share my screen pretty quickly so you can guys, see what we're trying to do here. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so we might get delay a bit because it's just asking me to give permissions to share my screen. But hopefully we can get this pretty quickly. All right. So cool. Are you guys able to see my screen? No? Oh, great. So anyways, since we're having some technical issues here, I'll try to, make it quicker. So what we're trying to build in Dippii, it's creator Web3 tools. And what it is basically is that we're trying to help users that are not familiarized with crypto to get, onboarded easily. And that's for creator as well and for users. So what we're trying to do with Dippii is, unfortunately, this very disappointing not to be able to share my screen. You can download our app, but basically what we're trying to do, like I was mentioning, you do the creator tools, fixing it, and what we're doing right now is one-click minting. You can literally generate an NFT in one click, like literally just one click. We don't do like any marketing stuff. So what we do is that we will generate a custodial wallet for you with your email and password, and subsequently you can upload your NFT completely free. We're solving as well what is collection discovery, right? So you will see in our app, wants to show you right now, the collection discovery is pretty easy because we try to mimic, social media feeds that makes it easy for users to actually check new collections. And ultimately, we have API for businesses. So giving that, a lot of businesses are saying that our UX is so easy, we're actually opening and working on opening our APIs for other businesses so they can mimic our UX in terms of onboarding for users. Our product right now, I'll show it to you right now, which is basically, you can see it here, right? So it literally looks like, Instagram or anything like that. And we will try to make an NFT right away. Okay.
Hey Doris, sorry for interrupt. I'm not so sure why, but the screen sharing seems like it's not works from your side. So we can see you, but we cannot see the screen.
Yeah, it's a permission thing kind of thing. I think that I need to give them permission through my screen recorder, so that's why you're not able to see it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I am trying my best, but since we don't want to, I thought that I checked it out, which sucks. Let me see if we can do it again real quick.
But it's okay if you don't. I mean, it's not necessary for you to show the screen if you don't want to show. It's totally fine.
No, I did run it to show it because all my presentation was a screen. Like I had my presentation and everything, but I don't know why this is. You need to give permissions to screen recorder and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I mean, I tried my best, but they're like, nope, it's not gonna happen today, which I think sucks.
Got it.
It's about securities, but it's okay. Cool. Yeah, privacy. Let me see. Click. I'm gonna try again if I can do it. Yeah, it's not even showing this thing. Yeah, I have the permissions though, so I'll probably have to close my computer and everything like that. I don't know why it's so annoying. Really, it's really annoying. Anyways, yeah, like I was showing you, you can do the you can select an NFT. Literally, just select it, and then you just literally press generate NFT. And what is happening here in the background is this is uploading into IPFS. This is actually minting in Polygon. and then it's actually being deployed in OpenSea, right? So you see that was literally one-click minting. And the idea is to really help people that don't have access to crypto or they don't know how to use it, right? I think all the presentations that we've seen right now, they were really focused on trying to bring more Web2 users into Web3, and that's what we're trying to solve. So a lot of people, we're from, Latin America, so a lot of people might not have access to buy crypto, and that's an issue. So you might understand how it works, but if you don't have access to crypto, like to buy it from an exchange, because you can go through the KYC process or anything like that, then you will be able to mint. It will be a pretty hard process. Or if you don't know how to do it, actually we counted the steps that you need to do, and to open an account or to be part of Web3. There are 9 steps. Since you open an account in an exchange, go through the KYC process, buying the crypto, how much amount should you buy, which crypto should you buy. It's kind of confusing, and then creating a wallet, doing the seed phrase, transferring the money from the exchange to your wallet, and then opening, connecting to your wallet to doing, OpenSea for example. So it's just, very hard for anyone. So we decided to fix that, and this is what you get, right? So we will show you right now how you can see an NFT in OpenSea once you mint it with us. And that's pretty much it. You can download the app right now. We are live for anyone, right? So this is how you see it. So you click here, right? This is terrible. You click here, and then you can see the open the NFT in OpenSea pretty quickly, pretty easy. It's a Web2 UI with a Web3 backend. So you can download our app. This is our name, Dippii, Dippii. It's in Apple Store, Play Store, or you can enter our website as well. So thank you very much.
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much, Doris. Even though we cannot see your screen, but your presentation is still very clearly to us. We can very easily to understand what you guys are trying to build right now. And definitely it is a very good cutting point, I think, just like you mentioned. So probably 90% of the people in the world right now don't know what is NFT, they don't know what is Web3, and the way you try to educate them and let them bring in them from Web2 to Web3 is definitely one of the most important job, actually, I think, for all of the Web3 builders, to create more greater adoptions in the mainstream world. So yeah, a very interesting project, I believe, and appreciate your time and presentation for today's. Even though we know there's some bad, such things happen.
Technical issues, like security stuff. But anyways, hopefully it was okay to people understand what we're trying to do. So feel free to download the app. I appreciate it very much as well. You can check us in our site. You can check us in the Apple Store and Google Store, like I mentioned. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Then I guess that's it for today. Want to thanks again for all the 4 projects that stay with us for today. And I believe the whole sessions is super helpful for all the audience to understand what they are building right now and what they are trying to build in the future. If you haven't, for all the audience, if you haven't followed us on YouTube, please make sure you do that so you won't miss out any of the upcoming project demo sessions like today's. And I hope that you're all doing great in the future and kickstart the next best product in the industries. Good luck and happy building, and have a good one, guys. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.